booked several cars, piled in books, kids, toys, and suitcases, and took off for another weekend of raucous behavior. I told Dorothy I'd pass up the train ride, but would drive down there. We all stayed at a nice hotel in Laredo. It had a good swimming pool, and late in the afternoon, a marimba band was playing out there. When Dorothy and I came out of our room, I thought I could feel every inch of my skin. As the night wore on, one round of margaritas was followed by another. Sometime that night, she and I fell away from the others while crossing the Rio Grande Bridge on the way back to Texas. Dorothy, I blurted, "Let's get married." She gazed down at the dark border stream and shook her head sadly. "You're too young," she said, "and you don't have any money." She had a small child, Lila, to consider, and it's true that I lived in self-imposed semi-poverty, and my prospects as a writer were far from certain. But Dorothy and I weathered our own crisis of the Rio Grande. Later that summer, I won a grant for a novel I was working on. It was just a couple of $1,000, but that was enough to float a short runaway. Soon we were on a plane to the Mexican resort of Puerto Vallarta. Shrouded with the rainy season's fog, lush green mountains rose sharply from the Pacific sand and surf, and the cobblestone streets and red tiled roofs of the town strung along the Bay of Banderas. We rented a Volkswagen Safari that was square and pokey and had no top. That day we climbed a narrow road to a bar called Chico's Paradise. It overlooked the waterfall and rapids that crashed over polished white gray stone. We drove higher until night fell, when we were enclosed in fog. Dorothy wore shorts and a striped, bow-necked cotton shirt. She clasped her hands between her knees, threw back her head, and yelled, "I'm so happy." Another night, I put on my rumpled vest, and she wore sandals and a dress. We went to a little cafe that had become our favorite. A troupe of mariachis approached our table. Dorothy asked if they knew Malagueña de la Salarosa. The leader smiled and touched the brim of his hat. The fiddler played a prelude, and the guitar players joined in. The singers rose to their toes to hit the high notes. Though I understood none of the lyrics, it was one of the prettiest songs I ever heard. I asked Dorothy what it was about. She laughed and said, "Love and death, they all are." Toward the end of our stay, we boarded a large boat for a 2-hour ride across the bay. Every day, the boat unloaded us tourists in the dugouts whose oarsmen paddled ashore paddled us, except for Dorothy and me, ashore and left us at a village called Yalapa. I followed them. We stayed, they left. Then at 4 o'clock, the big boat returned, blew a horn, and all tourists, except us, were ordered back toward the luxury of their hotels in Puerto Vallarta. In a hotel that consisted of a few palapas and cold water showers, Dorothy and I spent the night. We sat around the bar, which which was powered by a generator, and ate fish, beans, and tortillas the kitchen provided. Digging our toes in the sand, we sat at the table playing gin until the bar closed. In our palapa, we cavorted in the narrow bed for a while. Then we parted and arranged our pillows and mosquito nets, just so. In Mexico, every defense I had against Dorothy fell away. Being in love was not new to me, but entirely trusting someone was. And for years it followed. It enchanted us that we found happiness and hope in Mexico. Dorothy, who traveled far abroad, told me that Mexico was the most foreign place she'd ever been. Now it was our place, full of rich secrets known only to us. The next morning, before the big boat arrived again, we rented skinny horses from a stable near the beach. A river ran through the village and emptied into the bay. We rode the horses along the river, passing the home and struggling cornfield of a Count Campesino family now and then. Higher up, the river narrowed and ran much faster, and the trail led to a ford. The horses eyed the high water, snorted, rattled their bridles, and refused to cross. But that was all right, because all around us, caressing our arms and necks and faces, was a storm of purple, blue, and golden butterflies. Thank you all, and Godspeed, Dorothy.